Podium Audio presents Her Husband's Lies, written by T.J. Brearton, performed by Rachel Fulginiti. Prologue. The man said he knew her, that they had friends in common. He named the friends. He was good-looking, that was one thing. But there was something in his eyes that Callie couldn't quite place. Most men looked at her like they wanted her. They'd always been around, since she was young, dissecting her with their eyes. Men who mooched off her mother for what little she had. The small piece of land her mother owned, the modest livestock, the booze and the drugs. Callie didn't know her father, didn't even know who he was. There were 3 candidates, but none was willing to take the paternity test. The man was probably lying about their mutual friends. All men were liars. It was part of their nature. They were opportunists. But he seemed to have a secret. And when he looked at her, Callie felt like she shared that secret. So when he asked her to come with him, she went. She wasn't stupid. She was a senior in high school. She knew some men were craftier than others. They weren't all the bumbling drunks of her experience, looking for her in the dark after her mother went to bed. This man was red-blooded, straight, with the same hormones as the rest of them. The thing was, sex didn't seem the biggest priority on his list, and that was intriguing. He wanted her, but he was in control of his desire, and maybe that was the secret. He had some kind of poise the other men didn't, some knowledge about his future. Intriguing. Attractive. They never texted, only met at the house. There were a number of buildings on the property, including a bunkhouse. With her mother drunk and passed out, and with Stan off in town, probably at the bar, Callie met up with the man. The bunkhouse was where she spent time when she wanted to be alone, away from her mother, or with her friends when they wanted to get a little drink on, a little smoke on. She'd done her best to chase away the smells of mice poop and mildew. She'd made it nice. She was a little bit proud when he saw it. "This was actually the original camp," she told him. "It was built by my grandfather, my mom's dad, when he first bought the land." "It's nice." Then he had the trailer delivered. She meant the single-wide where her mother spent most of her time. He wanted a place for his family, but didn't want to build anymore. "That's where my mom grew up." Callie regretted mentioning her mother, but she was a little nervous, chatty. The man stepped toward her. The floor creaked under his weight. He gazed at her in a non-threatening way that was nevertheless powerful. She'd never had this reaction before, not to any boy at school, not even to Moses. Maybe she was wrong in generalizing about all men. He didn't touch her, just stood in front of her, looking down into her eyes. She felt like she was melting, like her legs were going numb. He did remind her of the past, the way her mother's boyfriends and semi-boyfriends over the years hit on her, touched her, the one who'd forced himself all the way. She'd hated all that, but it was mixing together now, blending with these new feelings, this attraction. Was something wrong with her? "Come on," he said. "Come with me. I want to show you something." She hesitated, then took his outstretched hand. She blew out the candle on the table as he led her out the door and into the cold night. They walked down the driveway, right inside of the trailer. The TV light flickered in the windows, blue and white flashes. She pictured her mother unconscious in the recliner. Usually, Callie checked to make sure there was no lit cigarette smoldering. She might turn off the TV and put away the beer cans. But not tonight. At
Sample complete. Ready to continue?